Experiencing technical difficulties. Please stand by.
Everybody, welcome back to Barber Dave's Barbershop at Home. Before we get started, don't forget right down here, www.theshavingcadre.com. Come visit us right over here. Please like and subscribe, comment, and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. And then ring the bell down here. And also visit all the channels that are down in my details section. And today's shave is brought to you by Nurse Dave's Shaving World and the new and improved Terracotta Poker Chip. It's always a winner. And when you think of Nurse Dave's Shaving World, you must think Terracotta. Anyways, day 6 of the slog continues. Of the 777SR. If you're just joining us for the first time, I'm doing 7 days, 7 videos, 7 different straight razors. This is round 2. The Philly 13 was the winner of the first round, and there's a bunch of razors in contention. See the other videos for that. Today's razor, however, is going to be the Wacker Chevalier. Very similar in size to the first razor in this contest, which was the Stark. However, this has got a rounded point. Yes, I just flipped off the camera. And stropped 10 and 10 on linen and leather, and then another 30 on the convex balsa strop. And can you guess what software I'm using? That's right, your friend and ours for the last 6 days, using the same stuff for consistency, and that's Cella Bio Organic. Good stuff, but as I said, it's been a long slog. This is probably closer as far as the contest this round. Than any of the other rounds. Other than one specific razor, the Stark, the Genco, and the Korat are all in the running for the top spot. Now, how the rest of them will shake out, I don't know yet, but and with 2 of my finest razors still coming up, this one, and then we're going to finish it out tomorrow with a CV Helgestrand MK31. And there's a lot of people that are worried that if a Helgestrand does not make it into the finals, that they may revolt. Many people thought that the MK32, which is known as the Queen of the Den, was going to make it, and she didn't. And for consistency, I haven't decided if I'm going to, because I've got 3 or 4 MK30s and MK31s. I don't know if I'll use another MK31. In the contest, because that necessarily wouldn't be fair, because I have more Helgestrands than almost any other razor. But I do have some other Swedish razors that will be in it, as well as a Camisori. So make sure you tune into tomorrow's video, because I'll tell you how the contest will work. Very similar, in fact, almost exact to last contest. So yesterday we took a road trip north of here. I had a watch that I purchased from a watchmaker up there that needed some adjustment, and we wanted to go up and check out a restaurant that my better half had not been to, and it was great. It was a little cold and rainy, but those of you that know what kind of car I have, we were able to burn up the asphalt a little bit and have some fun. The restaurant was fun. Food is typical chain type food, but it was good. And everything was really good. Done until we got home. And I'd taken the watch, and it is a vintage watch by a very well-known manufacturer. And it's not the only one I have from that manufacturer. And but it is vintage, and it was running a little bit slow. And so I wanted to get that adjusted because it is a chronometer. And so it should be running between +1 and -1 seconds per month. And plus the crown, oops, wrong pass. Plus the crown had pulled out, so I wanted to get all that adjusted. So we made the drive up there, and he did all that work and extended the crown a little bit so it'd be a little bit easier to pull out, tightened every up, or so I thought. And off we went. So when I got home last night, looked at it, and now it was running a little bit fast. So I wanted to make sure I checked it against the National Institute of Timing. And I went to pull the crown out, and the entire crown and shaft pulled out. Needless to say, I was a little bit on the unhappy side. So I called him, and he apologized profusely, but I wasn't about to make another, because we had put on almost 350 miles yesterday, and I wasn't about to go back up there again today. So I'm going to ship it up to him and make sure he goes through it 100%. Because when you spend that kind of money, especially this was a gift, but I think I'm handling it pretty well. Although when we got home, my better half indicated to me, it's like, you know what I can't figure out is it seems like with all the high-end watches you have that range anywhere in the high 4 to 5 digit, or well, not 5 digit, but high 4-digit range, that all those #1 brands and all those really huge brands are the ones that I've had more problems with, save Ball watches. I've never had a problem with my Ball watch at all. The thing runs in perfect chronometric time. Never had it serviced. Just perfect. All my other ones, from the big names that have an R, an O, a P, and some of the other ones, have all had issues. And this one, this vintage Omega has been no different. Now I realize that, watches of that caliber are, a little bit like, it's like a Sig Sauer pistol. They're very, very, they bang all the time, but they can be very, very temperamental. Whereas a Glock is much, much cheaper, and that thing will shoot all the time. So anyways, so we're going to ship it back up and see what happens. Well, for those of you watch collectors, and or budding watch collectors. Don't let anybody tell you that a lesser expensive watch with a Japanese movement on it is any less quality than your Swiss makers, because I can tell you, with the plethora of watches that I have, most of my Japanese watches, especially Seiko, Pagani, stuff like that, have never had a lick of problems. So don't let the watch snobs get to you. So I've been giving little hints as to which razors have done an exceptional job. This one is no different. A little bit different on the face feel, and I won't say good or bad because that would take away from the contest, but this is definitely a contender. And this may be the one round where 6 of the razors are all in contention of being number 1. So it's going to be real interesting. As I said, I'll have all the details of the contest. I'll run the contest probably for a week. And then on one of my Sunday episodes, I will let everybody know what order they're in. A little bit of cleanup, not too much. And those of you that have been following along, I'm not necessarily using cleanup as a total gauge, because there have been 1 or 2 that I've not done cleanup, either because I didn't need it or because, frankly, I forgot. Yesterday was a perfect example because we had to get out of here pretty early. Okay, that should be it. So for today's shave, again, the Wacker 777SR.r2 Chevalier. Aside from the start, it is probably the prettiest razor overall. Just very classy, beautiful work. Not so much on the spine, because the spine is actually triangled, but along this edge here, I don't know if you can see that beautiful work on there, but just a gorgeous, gorgeous razor. Very unique. Okay, let's see what the alum says. You know, about like the rest of them. And for our final software, yes, as again, Quinn's pink grapefruit and orange rind. Very nice DSBBS shave. No stubble whatsoever. I'll clean up and can you guess which brush I used? Can you guess? I'll bet you can. That's right. The red Chevalier synthetic. One more day. One more day. Because I got a whole bunch of new software that I want to try. From Sterling and some stuff coming in from Noble Otter. And yes, as weird as it may sound, I had never tried Noble Otter. But looking forward to that. For the aftershave today, again, another guest. Yeah, you got it. That's right, Cella Bio. Nice, citrusy, Italian scent. So yeah, that's definitely a contender in the contest for our talc today for the, wow, 6th day in a row. Usually I try to save this stuff. Penhaligon's English Fern, the greatest scent for soaps, aftershaves, and EDTs ever created. And talc. You know, speaking of English Fern, it's one of the few fragrances that, in my opinion, the soap, the EDT, the talc, and at the time when they had soap, body soap and lotion and balm, back in the heyday of Penhaligon's before it went goofy, it's the one that smells exactly the same throughout the entire product line. I mean, all the other stuff, you get stuff that has a little bit of a different, just a small difference in fragrance. But the English Fern has always been consistent across the top, and it's sad that they don't make it anymore. And to accompany the EDT or EDP today is Saponificio Veracino Kubebe. It matches everything the greatest. Okay, folks, that's it. Day 6 of 777SR.r2 is in the books. Stick around for tomorrow. We'll have the final one, and that will be with the CVH MK31. Thank you so much for joining us. Please make sure you check out theshavingcadre.com. This has been Barber Dave, and I'm at Barber Dave's Barbershop at Home. Have a very, very wonderful day. Take care.